Kamala Harris's interview on Fox News. I watched it, so you don't have to. And I can tell you out the gate, it was a shit show. 2 topics: border wall crisis, immigration, and transgender reassignment surgery on taxpayer dollars. That's it. She was 15 minutes late, and Brett jumped right in. How many people do you think were allowed in the country on your watch? Well, Trump killed the bill. What she's been saying all along. First of all, for y'all that don't know, Trump didn't kill any bill. There was a bill in place. They reversed 90 of his executive orders, and then they wrote themselves a new bill for the border wall, padded it with a bunch of money to go to Ukraine and a bunch of other bullshit. A handful of Republicans were like, yeah, we're not signing that. That's not even a border bill. That's the bill she's talking about that Trump killed. Meanwhile, they had the House and the Senate, so I don't know how he would have been able to do that anyway. But there was already a bill. The border was already closed. So there was that. So then she won't answer the question how many illegal migrants came in on her watch. She didn't answer it. So he shows her a clip of a mom who lost her daughter to one of these illegal migrants. She shows the clip. The woman's like talking, basically crying. The clip comes back to Kamala, and she starts talking about how Trump killed the bill. So Brett interrupts her and says, don't you feel like you should apologize to that mom? I'm sorry. That's a horrible thing that happened. With that energy. No compassion, no empathy. That's how she responded. And my grandmother told me when I was a little girl that whenever someone apologizes and they say but after their apology, that means the apology was bullshit. That's what that was. So she never answered the question. Then he asked her about back in 2019. He shows her a clip where you said you were going to allow for and you were a proponent of transgender reassignment surgery for illegal migrants and incarcerated migrants. Are you still going to do that? I'm going to do what the law says. That was her answer. Meanwhile, he shows a clip of her saying she's going to do just that. And he was like, well, in Minnesota, your running mate, Tim Walz, signed bills into place that's doing just this thing. We're going to do what the law says. That was her answer. So at this point, she's 15 minutes late for the interview. At this point, these are like 15, 20-minute interviews. They're mostly on the left. She does Fox News. We need to stop asking for interviews because she's regurgitating the same things in her rallies. She's evading questions, the same questions. She's not going to answer them. Someone has told her that she doesn't have to answer these questions. And I think that when they decided to make her the candidate, they were banking on Trump not being around. He was either going to be incarcerated himself for all those charges, or he wasn't going to be with us. That's what they were banking on. So yeah, she's going to give $1 million to black men. They're going to break it up in $20,000 increments so that they can start businesses in the industry in which she was throwing them in jail back in San Francisco. I'm not going to throw you in jail this time. You can open that business. So now it's like, you think black men are not smart. They don't have a memory. And my other thing is, how is she going to determine how she's going to spend $1 million in $20,000 increments for black men to start these kind of businesses? Like, what about the other groups of men? You know why those questions don't matter? Because she's not going to do it. That's kind of like, that's the student loan shit. That's what that is. Hey, we're going to make everybody's loans go away. They didn't do that. They had no power to do that. So here we go again. So she's insulted a whole group of people. She's literally telling the media, even the left media, I'm not answering any of your questions. I'm going to do these interviews to shut y'all up, but I'm not answering the questions. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. And I'm going to do whatever I want to do with your taxpayer dollars. And it's just too bad. So sad. So at this point, I can't listen to her talk anymore. Listening to Kamala Harris makes my head hurt. Literally. I'm having a reaction. Am I overreacting? Tell me in the comments if you think I'm overreacting to all of this nonsense. Because, well, we got 20-something more days. Like, just let it ride. Because at this point, it doesn't matter. They keep doing the things that they're trying to do to get rid of him. It's not working. They're like, damn. And she's just going to keep evading interviews and having talking points that have no validity, no substance. And it's just going to be on the news. And everybody's going to keep talking about the same shit over and over again. And I'm done. So can you please repost this and share it? And please tell me in the comments if you think I'm overreacting. Goodbye.